Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to Coffees and Crafts. I probably should call it like Stampin' and Soda or something. I'm Linda Cullen. Oh, I got volume. From Crafty Stampin'. Sorry, I'm late. um, well, welcome everybody. Coffees and Crafts is my online tutorial class for stamping, and I welcome you all. I don't know if if you follow my Facebook page on Monday or late Sunday night, Monday morning, a tree came down in my yard, took out all the power lines and hit the side of my house. And so, of course, I rushed around Monday trying to get that all dealt with. Of course, the inspector, the adjuster for the insurance company wanted to come today at 11, of course. So that pushed me back. And of course, I thought I would be able to get more done around him coming. And just getting in a little late. So I apologize for you. FYI, we are fine. My house is fine. My kids are fine. I got all the power back up. We are all good. Just major time suck. I know there's a lot of other people who had dealt with the same storm who did not fare as well. So we are good. So welcome. I'm sorry I'm late. I'm still trying to catch my breath from her, like click, 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 trying to get everything up and running. So welcome everybody coming on. So let me first show you what we're going to do. So blends, it's Blends Day. Stampin' Blends are live. You can buy them now. So this is what we're going to play with today. We're going to make this little card for Christmas using the Stampin' Blends again. And I'm going to try when I make this one to not have her sideways. I cut it and then went, oh, that's wrong. That's how my day's going. So that's how my week's going. So we're going to try to do better than my original card. And welcome everybody. So here is, if you're new to Coffee and Crafts, I like to do some giveaways to say thank you for joining me and thank you for sharing, getting my name and stuff out there. You guys have been real helpful. So today's giveaways, I gotta make sure I got all the right graphics up. So during the live broadcast, if you leave a comment, you will be entered in to win the Classy Designer buttons. And all you have to do is leave a comment. You can just say hi. You don't have to, say a lot. And at the end of this broadcast, we're gonna pick for those. If you are watching this later, either on Facebook or YouTube, or you watching it now and you didn't win the designer buttons, you have a second option to win, and that's going to be for the Wondrous Wishes stamp set. This is retired from last year. We're going to pick this next Thursday. I'm going to be very positive that Tammy White will be able to do the Stampin' Scoop next week on the 7th. And so if we do the scoop on Tuesday, I'm going to move to just doing one Coffee and Crafts, and that'll be on Thursday. So I'm going to be positive that she is going to get out of her jury duty, or it's not going to be as bad. If not, things will get adjusted and watch the schedule, and we'll figure things out there. But for right now, the Wondrous Wreath will be picked on the 9th. And we need to pick... okay, I got the right thing. So last time on the 26th of October, everyone who left a comment got entered in to win the Jolly Christmas stamp set. So we're going to pick for that right now. So let me find that. Hold on. Okay. I feel like I'm out of breath. Rushing to get this up. So here you'll see everyone who left their name, and where do I see no one? Oh, hold on. Now I gotta open this again. Now, this is everybody who left their name, but I don't see the shared. Oh, recent. Hold on. I want to make sure I put the right names in there. I did not. There we go. All right, so hold that thought. This is what happens when you rush. I am going to now put in new names into here. So hold on. That seems a lot better. All right. Copy. I am going to delete all this. See? Welcome to live TV. So we're going to copy and we're going to paste. All right. These are the names. And you can see people who said shared got a second entry into the giveaway. So I'm just going to quickly flip through this. Yes, there's a lot more people, a lot more doubles. That looks better. Okay. Whew. Okay, whoever, so I'm going to click randomize, and whoever ends up at the very top of the list is going to be the winner for the Jolly Christmas stamp set. So let's do that. Boom. It is Diana Oaks. I think there's no A, but I'm going to assume it's pronounced the same. So congratulations to Diana. Diana, head up to my website, craftystampin.com, and you head over there. You can, ooh, that's not where I want to be. There we go. If you go to specials, then giveaways, there is a link here to say fill out the form to receive the giveaway. So, whew, I want to see if I can color. I'm so like, I was so stressed trying to get here on time. So let me just I saw a couple questions go by. I want to just kind of make sure there wasn't any big questions of today. The markers on the top of my list for November craft budget. I hear ya. I am loving them. So let's see, everyone, hi, shared, good morning. Okay, I don't see any big questions. I will check later. There's this thing called Facebook jail. If you've never heard of it, if you, Facebook thinks you're spamming, they basically lock you out of your groups and your website. And I go through later and I try to read all the comments. And if I read your comment, I like it, so I know I read it. So if I come back day later to read the new comments, I know which ones I've read. Well, I was a little behind, and I guess I liked 900 comments, and they sent me a warning. They're going to put me in Facebook jail. So I'm a little behind on some of the commenting because I don't want to be in Facebook jail. So I'm a little behind. So we're just going to go there. So I'm still stressed. Okay. You guys. Woo! Now I got rid of comments. Okay. No, I don't want to be in Facebook jail. I don't think any of you want to be in Facebook jail. Facebook jail is not a place to be. So let's just start. Let's start coloring. That is what's going to make me happy in the world, stamping and coloring. Oh, I'm happy to see I got some first-time people. Welcome, welcome. I'm usually not quite so frazzled. All right, so this is what we're making. Where did I put my paper? All right, so we're going to start. All right, so for the base, yeah, deep breath and craft. That's what I'm going to try and do. We'll see how shaky my hand is. So, all right, so for my base of the card, I'm using thick Whisper White, and I'm going to use my scoreboard to score that in half. And we're going to fold that. Woo, yes, deep breaths. I'm trying to take deep breaths. Crafting. By the time we're done here, I'll be all zen from coloring. That's what makes me feel better. All right, so now we're going to set that aside. Let's go straight to coloring. So, all right. Here we go. So, I'm using this is the Christmas in the Morning stamp set, and these people are those women are adorable, very 1950s kind of feel, and I was so excited to get it, but I'm even more thrilled now that I can color them with the blends. So to use the blends, we're going to use the Memento ink. The Memento ink is a water-based ink that will not react with the alcohol in the blends. So we're going to do that first. And let me click here. And so I want to ink her up. All right, get her inked up well. And I'm just going to kind of stick her randomly. There we go. All right, that looks good. I think I need a cocktail and it's a little too early. All right, and I'm going to hit her with the heat gun. Our inks dry really quick, so this is not going to smudge on me at this point. But when I start to use the alcohol, it could. So I want to lots of times maybe I'll stamp a bunch of stuff and then go do something else. But if I want to start inking right away, I just will hit it with my heat gun for a few minutes. So let's do that. All right, this just helps the ink dry so the alcohol won't smudge the lines. It's just the alcohol. The alcohol can be real strong. All right, so let me move you here. So we're gonna start with, I'm gonna start with her dress. And so her dress, I have to pull up so I can see what I did before. I'm using Pink Pirouette. So I like to do this with, do it in smaller sections because when you're blending, you want the ink to be still somewhat wet to blend. So I'm going to start here. This is where we'll see if I'm still jumpy. Okay, so I'm doing this arm, and then I'm going to add some shadow on her sleeve, and then down the front there. And I'm just going to come back with the light pink pirouette and just sort of blend where that dark color meets the light color. I don't know if you can see. Yeah. All right. So now I'm going to do her back arm here. And I'm going to add a line right where her arm meets her body. And then I'm going to blend that. Okay. So sticking with small spots, I'm going to do her hat while I'm up here again. And then I'm going to put the line right along the trim, or where it meets her hair, and just blend in that joint where the dark and the light meet. That's the only place I really want to blend. So now I'm going to color the skirt. I'm going to color the entire bottom of the skirt first in the light pink pirouette. We're going to come down here. Right now, I'm not paying attention to the lines on her skirt. I just want to get the skirt with a base color on it. There we go. All right. All right, so now up where it's gathered by her waist, I want to make it darker. So I'm just going to add it dark up here, like it's the material's darker because it's gathered. All right, blend that in. I'm going to leave it. Now I'm also going to make it a little darker along the bottom, maybe so it's like it's curled in. Let's do a little bit at a time. And then again, I'm just going to blend the joint. I'm going to do a little bit more along the bottom and blend. How do I decide where to put the darker color? Right now, I'm thinking how the skirt might be falling. So if the skirt is falling and maybe has a little bit of a curve and the light is hitting across the middle of the skirt, is where I'm going. So I'm going the darker around the waist and where there'd be a shadow, and then along the bottom, because I'm thinking the skirt is billowing out a little bit. So I want it to kind of visually look like the skirt's coming out a little bit. So that's all the highlighting I'm going to do for shading. But I'm going to now put my darker pirouette in the lines just for like a detail of the dress. So we'll see if I can do that with my shaky hand right now. Ooh. There we go. Okay, I'm calming down because the lines are straight. There we go. Okay. So that's just to add a bit of detail. I know it looks a little washed out on the screen. I hope that shows up. Okay, so what else? Nothing else pink? Nothing else is pink. I have to follow along with what I did the first time, or I'm going to have a totally different looking lady. So let's move over here and work on the mailbox. Just so I'm doing that because I want the pink dress to dry a little bit more so that when I go to color her leg, it doesn't bleed into, the colors don't mix. So all right, so I'm going to do the wood first of the post. So I'm going to grab bronze, but I'm also going to grab dark smoky slate. So the skin tones for the blends, I have ivory and bronze, and there's no dark or light with these. These are the dark and light. But to make these colors like a little darker, I'm going to mix it with to add shadow, I'm going to mix it with the dark smoky slate. So let me show you what I'm going to do there. So first I'm just going to color it with the bronze. We'll see if my heart rate has come down. Doing better. Coloring brings your heart rate down. I'm about to like prove it to you live on Facebook Live. So now I'm going to add shadow with the smoky slate, dark, and then I'm going over it again with the bronze. And I'm really just sort of adding a shadow under the greenery that will be green in a moment. Okay. And then, there we go. Okay, so we'll let that dry. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. That's not really the focus of my card. Let's see, so now we're going to let's do the red bows. So I've got the light red and the dark. This is Cherry Cobbler. And as you see, I'm trying to be good and put my caps nesting on the back, because earlier today when I was working, I had all the caps on the wrong markers because I was taking them off and putting them on too quickly. So I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to get into some good habits. So, and I'm just gonna add simple color to the bow, and then I'm getting ink all over my fingers. I'm just gonna add a little of the darker Cherry Cobbler on the ends, and then again blur that line. Okay, so I got the light, and let's see. And then again, what would be the inside of the bow and some of the ends. There we go. Oops, I went outside the lines. Oh, let's see. All right, let's see. Trying to do, still trying to do deep breaths. There we go. Dark, dark, and blend. I think we're going to leave that as is for right now. Sometimes just less is more. There we go. So I will do the greenery. So the greenery, I am just going to take the light Old Olive. I'm going to color all of it because you can't really see much of the detail. So I just want to get it colored real quick. And then there we go. I'm just going to put kind of like dots, dark green dots on the greenery, just to add a bit of shadow and depth. Again, not really the focus of my card. She's more the focus than this, but that adds a little bit of the depth. The easy way. All right, so the bird, I'm just going to make him blue, and I'm not going to do anything other than just put a little swath of light Night of Navy on him. and call him a day. He's done. All right, so now to do the mailbox. I've got light and dark smoky slate. I'm going to color the whole, here we go, the whole box in light. Do the outside of the box first. And then put my cap on the back side. Let's see. We'll do the back. All right. Let's see. Okay. I'm just going to kind of blend. The mailbox doesn't need to be perfect. Again, things that aren't really going to be seen, or really the eye's not going to go to. Just a little scribble. There we go. All right, and so the mail, I'm going to make it look a little dirty. And it's putting a squiggle of ivory on it. Let's see. I usually would use the gray, but I already got so much gray on the box that I wanted to make those look different. All right, so let's put my ivory. Let's see. Let's do her face next. So I'm going to take my light pink pirouette. Hope they work out this time. So far so good. I'm very positive about the quality of these with Stampin' Up. They pulled back. They did not feel confident in the blendabilities. So instead of leaving them out there, they pulled them back, and they took a while to figure it out. So I think they're gonna do quite well with these. So, all right, so the skin tone, to add a bit of pinky, I'm doing a pink pirouette, and then I'm going over it with the ivory. And then I'm maybe add a little darker right at the edge of the skirt where there might be a shadow. All right, so see if I'm going to do this, her hand, and her hand here. And there we go. All right, now we're going to work on her face. Okay, so pink pirouette, and then the ivory. And then I can go over it a bit more with the pink pirouette, kind of blending in the ivory, which kind of gives her more of a pinky tone. Okay. So I think that's all the skin. I can put the pink away. And all right, we're gonna do gray. All right, hold on. So let's do her boots. So I'm gonna do her boots. I'm gonna do the lower part of the boot. Let's see down here, in the light gray, solid. I'm not really gonna try to shade that. Oh, thank you for all of the hearts, everybody. I'm gonna do the sole in the darker gray. Just add a little line of definition. Now, for the little fluff around her boot, I'm going to keep the light smoky slate, and I'm going to take the blends, the color lifter. They're all blends. All right, and so when you want to color white, white has shadow, so you use the gray to add the shadow. So I'm going to assume the shadow's on the front, so I'm going to add a little bit of smoky slate here, and then I'm going to use the blender to blend that in and back. That may have been a little too much. Let's do a little less on this one. So there's a little gray, and then we're going to blend the line of the gray with the color lifter, and that'll make it look like white with a shadow. So I'm going to do the same thing with her, what is this, your top of her hat, the pom-pom, that's it. Oh, the pom-pom on her hat, blend out the line. And now I'm going to do like her collar around her neck, same thing. So it's in the shadow, is in the front. I'm going to add, okay, I may have to come back to that one. And then we're going to do her around her sleeves. And let's see, a little gray there. Blend, and then go on this one, a little gray here. The stamp set, all right, so this is in the holiday catalog, the stamp set. It is called Christmas in the Making. All right, so I think those are my blended whites. So I'm just going to color her belt gray. And let's do her purse in gray. And real light to do the handle. Okay. So real quick for those, this is the stamp set. Christmas in the Making. It's in the Stampin' Up! Holiday Catalog. And now I'm going to do her hair. Let me put these back. Okay. And there we go. So for her hair, I'm going to use the ivory and the bronze. I find I use these more for other things than just skin tone. Let's see. So first I'm going to color her hair. Let's see, right there. In the ivory. And then I'm going to come along and do a bit of a shadow line along the hat. I'll blend that out. And then, yeah, I'm going to leave it. I like that. I'm not messing with that. Sometimes you just hit it and you got to walk away. So yeah, blends make a huge difference in getting some of the stamp sets. I will tell you, it has made a big difference in a lot of my stamps, which stamp sets I'm going for now. Outline images are what you want with your blends. So like this particular stamp set, the Garden Girl I did last Thursday, are now, they're much more attractive to me at the moment. How are you storing your blends? I have to have things out. So I bought a case on Amazon. It's like for some other pens, but I am offering, they fit in the wood mount case, stamp case perfectly. And if you're in my club or you buy the full set from me, I'm going to send you the insert for these for November. So I think those are the two of the best ways to store them, but you do need to store them horizontally. You don't want them in a cup like this. It's fine if you're working on them, you stick them like that, but for storage, they need to be flat. That's FYI. All right, so we're not completely done with this girl. So what I want to do is put her in more of a scene. I don't want to cut her out. So I'm going to use the pool party light. And I'm just going to color the negative white space like it's the sky. Okay. Just spin it around. And I'm going to cut this out with the oval die from the layered ovals. So I'm not overly concerned about how far out I go. So here we go. I just got to make sure I cover where, and that'll all blend in a minute. There we go. Okay. Working around her face, make sure I don't get it all. And there we go, around the bird. And then on this side of the mailbox. How am I doing? Okay. So there we go. Okay. I'm kind of doing light pressure, but now I'll come back, put a little more pressure in. There we go. All right, and you'll see after it fully dries, you can't see the lines. How do you order the cases? The cases actually are still available. I will get you the order number right now. Hold on. All right, so if you received a catalog from me, I did update your catalog. So you want the full cases. They are order number 127551. They're $7 and you get 4 of them. So you need, right now you would need 2. So that is what you need to get the wood mount cases. All right, so now I want to put her, I got the sky, now I need her to be on the ground. So I'm going to do basically the same thing, but I'm using the light smoky slate. And do go around. I'm going to take dark smoky slate. And I'm going to put a little shadow under her feet. All right, there we go. So, all right, I think that's good. Let me find the oval. So what I did earlier, you can see, did the whole blender set come with a case to store them? No, they do not. So if you joined my club, I added the cases in so that you can store them. If not, I suggest ordering the wood mount, the wood stamp set storage cases. If you, that number that I just read off, and you'll be able to store them. So like I said, when I did the first one, I kind of looked at her this way and I cut it out this way. Again, I was rushing this morning with the inspector. So I want to make sure I cut her out up and down this time properly. So get a sticky. This is the largest oval in the layered oval set. So let's grab, stuck it to my paper. What was the number? Hold on 1 minute. And I will make sure I put it in the recap. So if you are new to Coffee and Crafts, I do a blog post recap. I provide a PDF that'll be available for download. It'll have a picture, all the cut sizes to make this card, and all the products. So that will be available. Give me like an hour to download, and I will make sure in that I also put the SKU to the wood mount cases, but I'll read that off again in 1 second. All right, let's see how we did. There we go. I think she's a little more up and down this time. That looks better. So, we'll do this. Wood case. 1, 2, 7, 5, 5, 1. So, all right. So I'm going to put her aside. Thanks, Eileen. Eileen typed it out too. So we want to cut out a few other things. So I'm going to keep the big shot here. Let me bring you down a little bit. I didn't realize I still had you zoomed in. All right, so we're going to use, so this is great paper. This is the backs. See, this is paper I wouldn't normally see because I think this is so adorable with little trees and stuff. This is from the Christmas, I'll make sure I say it right, Christmas Around the World designer series paper, but on the back has got this perfect snow pattern, which makes a great background. So I'm using the largest Lots of Labels die. I'm going to cut that out. I found the other cutting plate. Alrighty. Move this to the side real quick. We got a couple more things to cut out. We'll do these all at once. So there's that. Put my die back before I lose it, because I have done that. I lose them. All right, and so we'll get all our die cutting done while we're here. So now I have real red and basic black, and these are from the layered circles. And if you have followed me before, I label all my dies. So my scallops are largest to smallest, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, I think, and probably go more than that. And then the smooth circles are largest is 1, and then they go 2, 3, 4. So I am using 6F. So for size reference here. So scallop is on the red, smooth is on the black, and that is 6F as in Frank. And hello there, Tanya. How are you? And yet another stamp set to get. How do you store your stamp and die sets you collect over the years? I have a lot. a lot. If you go to my blog, Crafty Stampin', I did a video a couple years ago about how I store with Evernote. It's probably if you clicked on the front of my blog, it says categories. You go up and click organization. It's one of those, and I show a picture of my bookcases and how I store my stamps. Let's just say I probably have twice as many now, and so there's some boxes in the basement I got to figure out what to do with. I love them. I do this because I love it. I don't sell it because I sell it. I sell it because I love it, because I love doing this. And I cannot part with any of them, but now I am. All right, so here are my die cuts. So we also need to finish this. We're going to do 2 more things. Oh, I still need to come back. We're going to stamp. So from this same stamp set, I Love the Greeting, best time of the year. So we're going to stamp that in red. Hi, Anne. Thank you very much for liking my videos. I like them too. I like doing them. I like talking to people. I like teaching people. I love this. I love stamping. Let's see. I'm using 1.5 inch circle. Again, my heart rate, if you saw me earlier, my heart rate was through the roof because I was stressed. And now I'm all calm because I'm stamping, and that makes me happy. All right, so now I'm going to layer these 3 up with snail. Boom. And I'm going to add. So there's that. We'll set that aside. I got to use the big shot one more time. So this is my top piece. And I want to use the Softly Falling embossing folder if I can find it. There it goes. So Softly Falling with all the, looks like snow. And I'm going to, I want it up as high as I can. And I gotta find my parts and pieces to my big shot. I removed the thin die adapter because I do not need that now for doing my embossing folders. And I'm going to add this. Here we go. All right. Ooh, that one was tough. Okay. Oh, and I bent it. That's why it was tough. Oopsie. It'll still work. All right, there we go. So you can see the bumps. I think I can bring you back in now. All right, I think we're all set for assembly now. So let's see. I want, where did I put my card base? All right, so this is the Thick Whisper White, and I'm going to add, this is also from that same DSP pack, Christmas Around the World. For whatever reason, I cannot remember the names of the DSP this time around. So I'm going to just attach that, and it's longer. It's 6 inches. The card's 5.5. When I cut for a full size of the card, I always just cut it in half at 6. There's probably nothing I would do with this remainder. So I just would rather trim it on the card and have it the perfect fit. There we go. So there's my stripes. And then, okay, so now I'm going to add this piece with the snow. And I'm going to do that with dimensionals. There's lots of dimensionals on this card. It's go big or go home when it comes to dimensionals sometimes. It's like I'm already going to have to pay more to put it in the postage. It's going to be bumpy. So we're going to add this. Oh, I love all the hearts. Thank you so much. All right, let me get all my backings. I don't know about you, but do you find dimensional backings all over your house? Really only Stampin here, or when I have club in my kitchen too, but they're in my bedroom. They seem to like to attach themselves to other things and wander throughout the house. All right, so there's the base. So here's my die. So I'm going to take the, if I can find where I put it. Oh, here it is. Okay. This is the, I'm writing the right name, Mini Tinsel Trim Combo Pack. So this is the red. And I am going to tie it around this. Now I will tell you, I always ooh and ah about different ribbons, about how smooth it feels and everything. This feels like crap. But because it's just this tinsel, but it looks so pretty. So we're ignoring how it feels. And it ties really nice. It feels funky. After you've been working with like crinkled seam binding. There we go, so I can see how well my bow goes. This just feels funky, but it does make a pretty stuck. So Janet says her dimensional backings get stuck on the dog. Yeah, that used to happen here too. The dog would have covers them, especially because she would hang out under my craft desk. So she would have tons of various things hanging on her all the time. What are the thinlits called that you cut the label from? This one right here. This one is the Lots of Labels thinlits, and the circles were the layered circles framelits, and then the oval was the layered oval thinlits. All right, so I'm going to leave all this extra tie on. We'll cut it off in a few minutes when we kind of get done. All right, back to more dimensionals when I can find them. Here we go. And there we go. Tons of dimensionals. I put more on the DSP because they are, it's thinner and it'll bend more than the paper. All right, here. We're in the home stretch. Oh. All right, so I'm keeping this lower on the, so I've centered it left and right on the white, but I have it right at the bottom of the card. And then, all right, so here's my circles. I'm sticking that kind of up here. I was going to put it down here with her because she's coming here, but I covered too much of the coloring. Here, let me put her on first. So because she's going here and she's going over this ribbon, I'm only going to put dimensionals on the top and the bottom. And you can see here's the back of the of my coloring, and it does bleed. That's okay. That's what they're supposed to do. So here we go. And more. Oops. All right. So here we go. Have the same. Move my bow over a smidge. All right, here we go. There we go. All right, now all I gotta do is add this over here. Because like I said, I had planned originally to put it here, but I'm covering up half of my coloring. I'm like, no, I worked hard on that. It's going up here. So this is how I plan to do it. So I'm gonna turn it over like this and put dimensionals on actually on this side. And think about it for a second there. Put dimensionals here because this is lower than this because this has dimensionals. So I'm going to put dimensionals on this side that'll sit here, and then I'll put a little snail that's going to be here. All right. There we go. There we go. And boom. Now what we're going to do is trim. All right. And I'll just go up the length of the card. And there she is. I'm in love with these blends. Love them. I just love the dimension they give. So that is that. So thank you. I am calmer now. See, coloring calms you down. But we still have to do the live giveaway. So let's come over here. And let's see if they've logged me out, because they always log me out. I gotta go back. You logged me out? No, not logged out. That's good, but I gotta pull up the new people. So, sometimes, here we go. Pick a winner. Okay. And can you see this? Yes, you can. All right. So you got like 2 seconds to leave a comment. So you can enter by commenting, and you get 1 entry towards this winning. And we are picking for the Classy Designer buttons. And once I click pick a winner, the name that pops up will be the winner. And here we go. And our winner is Monica Prasad. P-R-A-S-A-D. Congratulations, Monica. So thank you, everybody, for hanging out with me and helping me calm down for my afternoon. So in about an hour, I'll have that up. We'll flip down here real quick. The wood case SKU 127551 for the wood case. And get your blends today. They are open, they are available, they are shipping, and I am also keeping my Stampin' Blends club open through the 11th. So I have 2 full clubs. They're going out today, but I'm going to leave it open in case anybody wants to join as well. So thank you, everybody. I will be back on Friday, hopefully a little less chaotic. And I thank you for joining me. Bye.